Black Rifle Coffee Company, which focuses on military vets going public in a $1.7 billion SPAC deal. Leslie Picker has an exclusive interview for us today and joins us right now. Hey, Leslie.
Hey, Scott. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm joined by Joe Reese. He is the co-founder, the SPAC sponsor, Silverbox Capital. Joe, thank you very much for being here. Interesting acquisition with Black Rifle. This is a company, as a recent New York Times Magazine article put it, they say that Black Rifle became the unofficial coffee of the MAGA universe. It's recently drawn a lot of controversy from publishing a blog post that supported then-President Trump's Muslim immigration ban. It has had a lot of reputational scrutiny and headlines related to its merchandise, which was captured in photos at the Capitol on January 6th, as well as on Kyle Rittenhouse, who was charged with killing 2 people at a Black Lives Matter protest. He wore a Black Rifle T-shirt when released on bail. Why are you investing in this company despite all of these headlines?
Well, first, Leslie and Scott, great to see you. It's always good to spend time together, so thanks for having me on. Let's step back and talk a little bit about what Black Rifle Coffee Company actually is and what it isn't. And then to answer your question specifically, why we at Silverbox Engage decided to invest in it. Black Rifle Coffee Company at its core is a extremely high growth, mission-driven coffee company serving premium coffee and merchandise to a very loyal set of customers. What it is not is a company that has any political affiliation. It's not a company that sells or promotes firearms. It's literally a high growth, high quality coffee company. Then when we think about why we invested in it, Leslie, the question you asked, there's 3 things I think that often get lost in this era we live in. There's this urge to label. First, this is a rapidly growing, financially sound organization that we found quite compelling from a shareholder return perspective. Second, it's a digitally native omni-channel business with expansive white space and great growth opportunities. And then finally, the mission to improve and support the lives of veterans, first responders, and the military. We just found that pretty compelling, which is why my partners and I at Silverbox Engaged are going to donate over $4 million to their foundation.
I understand, when you look at the financials and the prospects for growth here. However, I wonder when you say that they're not a promotional vehicle for firearms. I mean, they have coffee names like the AK-47 and the Silencer Smooth. They have been participants, whether willingly or unwillingly, in a variety of political issues and polarization in this country. You're basically, are you worried that you're putting your money behind something that is more than that is a political statement?
So let's talk about the name of the company, because I think that's a good summation of how the company got started. I actually think when you think about Evan, the founder of the company, I think his story is an inspirational one for everyone. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you sit on. I'm a Dixiecrat or a Rockefeller Republican, and I think about Evan and what he's done. Here's a young man who joined the Army, became a Green Beret, did multiple tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, and decided, hey, I'm going to come home. I'm going to start a great coffee company, and I'm going to create value, but I'm also going to serve my community. I'm going to hire veterans. He's publicly stated he wants to hire 10,000 veterans. I think he might. Half of our employees, half of the company's employees now are veterans or spouses. And that's a community that's historically been very underserved. And so Black Rifle, the name, that's the name that the founders, Evan in particular, the tool that he carried in service to his country in Afghanistan and Iraq and other spots was a Black Rifle. It doesn't mean we're selling firearms. We're selling really good coffee and really fun merchandise.
I'm curious if this SPAC was negotiated before the Digital World Acquisition Corp SPAC that agreed to acquire Trump's planned media and technology company. That stock has seen a tremendous run, although some volatility as well. Was that a signal that kind of this community, the more right-leaning political bend could find opportunity in the SPAC world?
Well, so I'm not a market timer or a trader. I'm an investor, as you know, Leslie. So we started diligencing this company in June. We spent over 4 months exhaustively looking at the financial statements, the business practices, the quality of management, the operations, the growth potential. The timing of that SPAC and our announcement was purely serendipitous. It had nothing to do with it. And as it relates to, a company that might take advantage of the right, I think that's wrong in that I think about our customer base. two of our three largest SMSAs for our direct-to-consumer business. The first is New York City, and the third is Los Angeles, two cities that you know I live in. I wouldn't call those right-leaning. I'd call those center-left. So this is America's coffee company. I saw an article yesterday that made me laugh. It said, "Oh, Black Rifle wants to be the right-wing coffee company." Actually, we don't. What Evan and the team want, they want to serve great coffee to every American. It really doesn't matter what side of the aisle they're on, because the better that they can do for their shareholders in creating a sustainable, well-run brand, the better he can ultimately serve the mission of supporting veterans and first responders.